Okay, so let's start to test in the Grok 4 Fast. This is the new model from XAI. The idea of this model is to be much cheaper and much faster, yet quite intelligent. It got rank 1 on Search LM Arena and rank 8 in Text LM Arena. We will just see the result. And let's start to see some examples how it works. So the first one will be on math, on mathematics, and I just ask from it to find me the Jordan canonical form. You see that I ask for an example of this. So I want to learn, for example, I want to see how it teaches me a new subject. I want to learn how to find a Jordan canonical form of a matrix. So I tell him, give me an example and show me how you do it. So this is the example, this is the matrix. Note that this matrix is already in its Jordan canonical form, so it's quite an empty example a little bit. So it starts by finding the characteristic polynomial and eigenspaces. This is quite okay. And then you see this a little bit messy answer right over here, but that's still okay. We got to the journal canonical form. That's what's fine. Now I ask him, let's make something more complex so I understand how it works. So give me a matrix that is not in journal canonical form. So I start again to calculate eigenvalues. That was fine. And here it again becomes a little bit messy. It starts to calculate mm, the nilpotent matrix. That's already also fine. But as you will see, it starts to vary a little bit. Let's call it perplexing. You see that it tells me, wait, let me compute the column properly. It tries to verify that he got to the Jordan canonical form. So it started to calculate. But as you see, he's calculating. And now he's getting a little bit to something that he doesn't understand. Wait, let me compute columns properly. Wait, better by columns. Namely, it shows me it's thinking in its formal answer. I don't really like when the model start to think in, it's okay that it starts to think, but the answer becomes a little bit messy because it do something, it said it's wrong, so it corrects it, and you see that the latex, this is not a matrix how it should look like. This is how a matrix should look like. This is not good. So how it writes is not really good, and it got to something in the end. Okay, this was a how it teaches me a little bit of math. This was not perfect. You even can see if I just go to GPT-5 chat, I ask for him, again, example for Jordan canonical form. He started by giving me a matrix that is not in Jordan canonical form. That is good. And he calculated a basic polynomial. You can see that the answer is much more struct, so I can understand what he does. He calculated the basic polynomial, get the eigenvalues. It even tells me the algebraic multiplicity. It shows me how it goes to calculate the geometric multiplicity. And for each eigenvalue, it's quite struct. That's what I like in ChatGPT, for example, and it gets to the answer. So this was just in order to compare it to GPT-5. So let's continue with another one. And this was about a medical question. And what I did here is to compare Grok 3 Mini High to Grok 4 Fast to see how things go. So I asked which ligaments are torn in metatarsus dislocation, which is quite rare dislocation, just to test the model if he knows that I'm talking about a very rare entity and not the ordinary one. So Grok 3 Mini High got to the right answer, but the answer is not really structured nicely. Grok 4 Fast did it much more nicely. It gives me a header, it gives me a table, and of course the answer is correct, and it gives me notes. It's quite good, better than Grok 3 Mini High. The answer is much more structured nicely. Oh, Let's continue with its abilities to code snake game. So I ask for it, please. Oh, why does that? I ask for it, please code for me in web code, namely HTML, CSS, JavaScript, a snake game. You can see how it writes quite fast. Maybe I'll show you. But when I take this code, let's take this code and put it somewhere. I think I already did that. Wait a sec. Oh, I take it out. So let's take this code and put it and see how it goes. So you can see that it doesn't work. Namely, it just started the, oh my God, it just started the game and or I already lost. Namely, I cannot really play this game. Namely, it it is not able even to code a snake game. So this is not nice. Very not nice in coding. Okay. So let's try another one. Let's teach me on F equals ma. Let's see how it teaches a little bit of physics. You can see how it works. You can see how it writes. Newton's second law. Let's break it down. F, M, and A, acceleration and everything. Real world examples. Pushing a chart, light chart, small m. Easy to accelerate with little r, loaded with curves. You can see that this model tries to be funny and cool and chill and raw. Rocket launch, very interesting to just choose this example for Grok. Okay, so rocket burn fuel and overcoming Earth gravity. Fun analogy, pro tip. Okay, this was a fine. Let's see how it gives an example. Please give me a solved example. I think that it's not good that I need to ask for it for a solved example because, of course, if I want to understand F equals ma, I want some examples. So here it gives me an example, calculate, and give me a verification. And let's see just if it's good. This is the values. So A should equal 5, right? So let's see. It got to 10. Oh, look, this is another example with variation. So it goes to, okay, it's fine. So this is fine. Um, so I think that this is it. You can see that in coding, it's not the best model because, okay, let's do another coding. Let's please write code in web code of what? Of F equals MA animation. So I can understand the physics. So I want an animation of F equals MA. Let's see the code that it gives me. You can see that he writes really, really fast. This is one of the advantages of this model, the very fast writing. So let's take this code and see if it works. This is just stuck. There is a problem in the coding of this model. There is no doubt. So let's see. Okay, this not looks good, I must say. Doesn't look very good. And you can see here the div inside. There are problems in this model. There are totally problems. The mass should be much higher, so it should be slower. And the force should be 0. Oh, and the, no, this is not very good. Okay, the model is not very good in coding, in math. It didn't excel. It the answer structure is better than in previous model, but not as good as ChatGPT. It's very, very fast. This is very nice. Writes extremely fast. Maybe not for the first token because maybe this model thinks as should think sometimes, but compare it to a thinking model. When I ask it for code, it should do better. Even Gemini Flash did it better. And you can see the official website for Grok for Fast, the GPQA diamond is quite high for a fast model, I must say. It's quite high. Let's try to compare it to Grok 3 Mini, for example. No, we won't. So you see that the benchmarks looks good. Humidity last exam 20%. It's almost Grok 4 level, but extremely fast. Live code bench high, but it seemed that it is high on benchmarks, but you saw a snake game failed. Uh, just to you for you to compare. Even let's take GPT-5, not thinking, just normal GPT-5 chat, and let's see how it does, just to compare how it does. It's very fast, as you can see, how it does the animation for F equals MA. So we take it and we do that. Let's see the animation that GPT-5 gives me. Okay, this is much more neat, I must say. And let's try to start the animation. Right, and moves very good. I just want to see what I'm doing. Okay, let's reset this and let's do mass that is much higher. Start. So you can see that GPT-5 chat, not the thinking model, even did much better than Grok for thinking, for coding. Of course, GPT-5 will be able to do a snake game, what Grok for fast didn't do very well. So if I want to sum it up, it's a fast model. It writes better than previous Grok models, but it seemed that it's not coming up to the benchmarks as I tested it. I mean, it doesn't really write good code. It doesn't really do great job. Okay, the great job in math is more than structured, but saw that he needs to correct himself. So there are problems in this Grok for fast model. It's good, but there are, as you saw, many problems in coding and even not in coding. Okay, so this was about Grok for fast. We wanted to look a little bit about the. You see that the benchmarks are great, are really great, and it's cheap. I don't know. This is what the result that I did. Grok for fast now using very, very that we used Grok for fast. Okay. It's a reasoning model. It should have done much better in see that it's very good in benchmarks. And in El Morena, it's round one in search and 8 in text. It seems that it should have been much better than what it is that I tested it. But this is my test. Maybe yours is better. So for now, thank you very much. This was a brief test of Grok for fast, or if you want Grok for mini, the new cost-effective model from XAI. Thank you very much, and I think that's it for now. That's it. can I open this?